Beyond Saltmarsh is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language, explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned.
I guess that's my cue. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Superior Adventures Guild. My name is Dave, your humble dungeon master. I am excited to be back after a crazy week of games. If you were lucky enough, I don't know, if you happened across our Viking Death Squad game last Saturday, it was sheer chaos and utter destruction. And you got to go check out the VOD. It was really, really fun. That was my birthday stream, and we had some special guests, including some of the folks that might be in the chat tonight, I think. So check that out if you have a chance. I'm going to introduce you to some of my favorite people in the whole wide internets. They are my friends, my good buddies. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Doc.
Hi.
Dave.
How's everybody doing? We're here. We made it.
Good.
Great.
We made it. Byron's not here, so Kirk has had some work stuff. I don't even remember. Kirk's not here, but he will be back next week. In the meantime, we have a stand-in for he and Chuck. But the rest of us are here, and we're ready to play some games. Let's go around the table here and introduce ourselves. Introduce your characters. Let's start with my friend from long ago, going back as far as preschool. I think preschool. Yep. Yeah.
Preschool.
That's hard to imagine.
Yep.
Andy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy. I play in this game Rhunar Deg, a 9th level human dual sword wielding Battlemaster fighter and captain of the Good Buddy. And yeah, he's getting ready to go to a fancy gala.
Ooh la la.
A ball, a party.
A soiree.
A soiree.
A shindig.
Shindig.
Nice. Very nice. Speaking of shindigs, let's move on over to everyone's favorite halfling. Chad, you're not a halfling, but Tenoch is. You're
Hello, it's me, Chad, sometimes known as Real CMG, sometimes known as North Shore DM. But today you can refer to me by my halfling name, Tenoch, also called Knucklebones. He is the halfling divination wizard coming at you straight out of the jungles of the Amadio, whose mind and body are one.
Like
Since
that.
they're 18s, he's very strong and very smart.
Very nice. I would say that this current arc has done everything it could to separate Tenoch's mind and body. We'll be delving into a little bit of that, but before we do that, let's move over to the Bard, our charismatic one. Hi, Ashley.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley. That's Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter, and I am playing Feyre Evenstar, the 9th level half elf glamour bard, and sometimes T-Rex. So yeah, I'm excited to go to this ball that we've been talking about for a while. It's totally a good idea, and we won't die at all. But we probably will.
Well, let's put it this way, guys. Your odds are highly increased of survival because of one particular thing. Kirk's not here.
That's true.
So I think your odds are better than they would be. Sorry, Kirk. That's just statistics. Everybody knows that.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It really is. Okay, so thank you for all doing that. Appreciate it. So glad to have you back after it seems like thousands of years ago that we played the last game. I would like to make a couple of quick announcements. First of all, you know that I know it, but we got to say it. We got to yell it from the mountaintop. We are so grateful to our sponsors at CZRPG Publishing, who have been with us since the beginning of our streaming debut on the Twitchin. They are content creators who produce all kinds of great content for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. We're talking about game settings, adventures, maps, character options, a bunch of stuff that you want to get your hands on. Check out their full listing, their library, if you will, on the DM's Guild. It's pretty impressive. Christian and his team have been awesome enough to give us a copy of the Troubled Veil to give away tonight. And if I hadn't been scrambling, I would have brought up the Troubled Veil from the DM's Guild to read you all about it. But I was looking through it actually, and it's a pretty awesome adventure that you can drop into any game setting that you want. If let's say you want to try DMing. You've never DM'd before, I highly encourage you give it a try. This might be a great option because he provides so much content that you can just pull from and create your own stories. So get into it. Check it out. We're going to give it away later. All you have to do to win is type !drawing, and then you can be entered to win. We're going to draw a lucky person at the end of the stream. Thank you to Christian and CZRPG. We love you guys. Also, our new sponsor over at Old Goat Beard Company, Andy and his wife create this handcrafted small batch beard products to make your beards beautiful and soft and shiny. And last month we were giving away the balm, which was pretty fantastic. I got a couple of canisters of it, a couple tins. This week we're giving away the beard oil. So if you want your beard to be nice and shiny and soft, Ashley hates rough beards. We've heard it before. Ashley,
It's true.
testimonial right here.
I have not tried it out, just so you know.
Well, if you win tonight, then you can go around to all your bearded friends and bloop, 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 bloop. It's got a dropper vial. Bloop, come here.
Do you have a beard? Are you coming over to my house? It better be soft. If not,
That's
I
right.
got the hookup for you.
Yep. As they come in the door, beard test.
Yeah.
No, you're going to need some Old Goat Beard Company oil. So good. Thanks to Andy and his family for sponsoring us. If you haven't already, check out their stuff. I think there's a link in the chat. Hopefully,
I put one there. I did.
You're the man. All right, Chad, do you have an announcement?
I do. Tomorrow, we will return to New York City, which is where our Kids on Brooms game is set. The wonderful Bruxton Academy of Arcane Arts. Our students are deep in a mystery of why all the teachers got turned into little bunnies with wings. And one student is, of course, vomiting Skittles because he's not feeling so good. And that's weird. But that's what happens. But yeah, really we're playing tomorrow right here, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, with these fellas and Ashley, but not Kirk, because he's going to be gone still. But it's all right. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. We didn't play last week, and now we're playing this week. So, yay.
Hell yeah. That's going to be fun. Thanks, Chad. Check that out tomorrow night. Right here, same time, same damn place. All right. So without further ado, my friends, I think it behooves us to jump back in to a little, I would call this a recap, not to be confused with a decap. Let's get into this here. Yeah. In our last episode, the Deg Gang narrowly won a surrender from Mr. Dory, the froth crime boss and primary lead in the party's current quest to determine the source of the strange madness that had befallen Captain Vincent Solana, their contact here in Narisbin, and a man who had been under the employ of Aubric Dralion, who is connected to Rhunar Deg, because Rhunar Deg was also under the employ, which is connected to ... Ask Darth, because Darth knows all this. Bested by the party, Mr. Dory spilled the beans about Captain Vincent Solana, how he had served as a pawn, mind-controlled and forced to murder a dozen or more innocents in the froth as a way to sow fear, anxiety, and misery. And then how that dread was channeled by a conspiracy of cultists loyal to an entity known only as the Whisperer. Ever the businessman, Dory negotiated with Deg for his life. If he were to divulge more of the information that he held, and Deg took the deal, Dory named the cultists Doom Dreamers and told of how their corrupt temple of the Whisperer was located on a small island amidst the ruins of Landgrave's Folly. Dory, it would appear, had made a dark deal with the Doom Dreamers to supply them with men like Solana that could be twisted to their cause. Dory went on to describe how he was uncertain of the Whisperer's true form and that he'd never actually been to the temple, how he was contacted by a man who would send letters of instruction coupled with payment. Strange, mysterious letters, indeed. One such letter promised Dory could be theirs if they took him to his office at the Fishhead Tavern, so off you went. In this space, you found the letter, a damp piece of paper instructing Dory to deliver a new weapon to the temple. With Tenoch's keen ability to detect magic, you discovered the invisible initials, GT. What's more, you found a mahogany box containing a book. Tempted, rightly so, Byron opened it, as I knew he would, and immediately was overcome by an intense dread and visions of death. The deaths, actually, of his party from long ago. A weight of, misery and sadness that he carries with him to this day. His eyes now completely filled by an opaque darkness. Crazed, angry, saddened, he lashed out in an attempt to kill Dory in cold blood, but fell short as Feyre was able to provide critical healing to a once powerful crime boss, Mr. Dory, a man now reduced to nothing more than a broken thug. In the end, you left the tavern victorious in battle, rewarded with revelations, informations, you can put an S on that, right? And a bit of treasure. That I think somebody saw Byron pluck that purse of treasure, I think. I don't remember who it was, but somebody did. Was it Rhunar?
Yeah, no, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw what was in the chest, and I told him to take it. So,
something wasn't quite right with Byron. Cursed by madness, dread, vengeance, something. Certainly the intense violence that he expressed against Dory gave you pause. In fact, the drive for vengeance had overtaken you all, really. And as you went to torch the tavern, Tenoch, fighting off the madness, lashed out to stop you, attacking the party with shocking veracity. But luckily, Feyre was there to thwart his efforts and his madness by polymorphing him into a snail. Smart thinking. And as the tavern ignited in flame, Dory being dragged from the structure by what remained of his gang, only to watch as the structure burned to the ground. His crime empire reduced to ash. Deeply concerned by the state of your gang, Rhunar, your ability to maintain the order of your crew, you ordered the party back to the ship, the good buddy, where you were met by Fritz, your first mate, and some of the men on board, themselves appearing to be injured from some unknown attack. Deg ordered Byron be locked in the hold, the inky black color of his eyes still a concern, and it would seem his madness unwavering. Meanwhile, Tenoch, currently subdued as a snail, rests in the palm of Feyre's hand. His whole life rests in the palm of her hand. The hour is late, my friends. You are back aboard the good buddy, shaken and stirred. What do you do?
We should have asked Dory how much he gets paid.
Says the snail.
Says the snail, yes.
Quiet.
What do you
do? Fritz,
Yeah?
what's happening here? What happened?
Yeah, you're all banged up.
Well, me and a couple of the boys, went in and had a few drinks, and on our way back to the ship, down on the docks, we were jumped. Yeah, it wasn't good. Wasn't good at all. It wasn't serious. I mean, nobody's mortally injured. Yeah, but Captain, it didn't seem like a coincidence.
You know who it was?
No, never seen him before.
They didn't say, like, this is payback from us. No, nothing like that.
No, Miss Feyre, they didn't.
And they were human, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Byron is not doing so well right now.
Yeah, he's scary looking.
We need to keep him isolated.
You got it, Captain. We'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, like, tie his hands together, like, so he can't, pick the lock, or...
I think we got some manacles around.
Yeah.
We'll keep
We
an
do have
eye on him, too.
manacles,
We can station some guards, yeah?
Maybe just a guard. I don't think he's going to try to break out, but it's hard to say.
Also, you might want to put Tenoch in there, too. Maybe not together, maybe, like, so they can't touch each other, but he tried to kill us all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
What part of town were you in, Fritz?
Yeah, well, we were
you
at
were
the
down by the docks.
Yeah, we were at the
Right.
docks, and we stopped by the Black Anemone, had a few drinks. Emil had quite a few drinks. He's passed out, but nevertheless, on the way back, we got jumped right on the docks.
And how many of you were there?
4.
And were there more of them or less? Same number?
I think there were 6 of them, Captain. I think I broke one guy's nose, and at that point they ran off. They didn't pose much of a formidable threat. I thought maybe they were there to sort of slow us down or distract us from something.
Yeah, technically we got jumped too. But
Yeah,
going
y'all
into
look like
the froth,
shit.
We had quite an evening. Stay out of the
Yeah.
froth.
Yeah, I'm a snail.
I don't.
You look like a perfectly healthy snail, though.
That's
As-
true.
As you might know, it's not a nice part of town, and I doubt you guys were going there. But yeah, we need to stay away from there.
That fog, it's evil, and it might make you go blind. And I'm not kidding.
But given that you guys were jumped and the problems we had, I think it's best if the crew stayed aboard tonight. And we suspend shore leave.
Yeah,
Until further notice.
absolutely, Captain. I'll post some guards, and we'll have double watch. I mean,
Just for tonight until we figure things out. But yeah. Some crazy stuff happened tonight.
shit. Aye, Captain. We'll be on it. Don't worry about a thing. You probably need to get some rest, yeah?
Oh, I
Yeah.
am definitely beat.
Fritz, how's the ship look? Is everything okay on board?
Nothing out of order, Captain. Seems to be all right.
All right. Yeah, what timeline wise the ball isn't this same night, right?
No. You,
Okay.
You're late. It's
Tomorrow.
late in the evening right now. You have a full day, and then the gala.
Oh, bloody.
So right after this.
Put on my tux.
Black eye.
All right. Yes, let's get some rest.
Hey, Captain. Real quick. Yeah. Korga and that other guy. They did a hell of a
Dennis?
job on the. No, that other guy.
Oh, the other guy. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
No, Tamis wasn't with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was me, Emil, that other guy, and Korga.
Okay.
But Yeah, Korga and that other guy really held their own, especially with Emil so drunk, and he's not
Yeah,
much of a fighter.
Yeah.
Just saying, might want to give him a pat on the back next time you see him. That's all. Just a thought.
That was Korga, you said?
Yeah,
Or the
and that other guy.
And the other guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Will do.
All right.
Okay. Well, we should discuss Farah.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do with Tenoch here.
How long does
I mean, he's
polymorph
only going to
last?
stay like this for another probably 10 minutes.
Hmm.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
hour
that's
hour
right.
total.
Yeah.
An hour total.
It
Yeah.
took us a while to get here and then row out to the ship and talk to Fritz.
All right. Well, I mean, we should all have a discussion, I imagine. Hopefully he won't try to kill us again. Maybe we should do that out here on the deck, now that I think of it.
Do you want to stand inside a tiny hut, maybe?
It might not be a bad idea.
All right. I will begin ritually casting tiny hut on the deck of the ship.
Okay.
Which
Is that
will take
a,
about 10 minutes, and I'll like, hand the snail to Rhunar and be like, all right, so put him outside, like, once I'm almost done, and then he'll turn back, and then we'll be inside the hut, and he won't be allowed in unless I say so.
Right. Okay.
All right. So I begin casting tiny hut. It makes this glimmery, shimmery bubble that is bubblegum pink on the deck. And
As
then
you're- I was gonna say, as you're doing that, you behind you don't really pay attention to it, but Rhunar, you see a drunken Emil like come out onto the deck and like walk over to the side, the gunwale, and just kind of like unbuckle and relieve himself over the side of the boat, and then he spits as far as he can out, and then he stumbles over and he looks down, and he looks at the snail. We're having escargot for breakfast or what?
Not this one. Not that. You're gonna
Hey,
have to go
Captain.
find your own. Just walk it off.
yeah, this one's gonna taste real bad.
Why don't you get some rest? I heard you guys had a little run-in on the way home.
Oh yeah, we did. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed.
And definitely
Where's-
wash your hands before you cook anything.
Okay, aye, Captain. And then he stumbles off. And right about that time, Farah,
Okay.
your glitter dome
Glitter dome.
evaporates.
Welcome to the glitter dome.
Bitter doom.
The
And then
magic
I'm
energy
like, chuck
radiating.
him out.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Actually, if you want, you can like pop him one, and it'll use his 1 hit point, and then you put your hand back in. Might make you feel better.
Wow. All right. I will.
Hit him for 1 hit point.
I'll take the snail and I'll just go. "Ah!" Just straight onto the deck.
Roll to attack.
Yeah, roll a strike. What's the snail's armor class?
Probably really shitty. It's a snail.
Roll an
Oh.
unarmed strike.
Would this just be a straight?
It'd be unarmed, so it'd be like a strength, just a strength bonus to your D20.
Okay.
Unless you have unarmed fighting, then it could be. Then
I
you'd
can
probably
just
have a
roll.
proficiency, but.
5.
And
It's been
this
a long
is how
day.
Tenoch fell
Tenoch
forever
gently
because
lands on
he
the
missed
rope.
the deck.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tenoch
You want me to
slowly
look it up?
sinks to the bottom of
I'm
the bottom
trying-
of the bay.
I'm trying to look it up.
are
But
there
I'm not
stats
even
first?
sure.
I can't
I think
even
it's, like,
imagine there's
so-
stats first now.
I think it's so bad that
All
nobody
right,
would
we're just
wanna
gonna
be
we're
on
just gonna say
anyway.
that it hits. It's funny that it doesn't hit, but we'll just say that we'll say it takes 2 smacks to really do it.
Yeah. I throw him down, and then I
You like
Take
step
a
away and it
stick-
doesn't
I
work.
go back and then I,
I
give him a
stick to
tap
his
with my
finger.
foot.
He throws, but I stick to his hand the first time.
Ew,
Damn it, and then
slimy.
he throws you down and you hit the deck.
Yeah.
You
No.
turn back into Tenoch.
And then I'll jump into the sphere.
What?
The hut.
Huh.
We're just huddled
What?
together. Like,
Can I
Magic
see
dome.
inside the hut?
you can. It's translucent, but like it's like we're standing inside
Yeah.
a plastic pink
Giant
bubble
Yeah. Bubble
that you
gum.
can see through.
Hey Dave, I sent you a message, Dave.
Okay.
I need a little my brain. I need a little bit of last minute clarification on something.
Yep. Agreed. Confirmed.
Okay.
Yep.
So, I was pretty sure. I just wanted to make sure. So.
Yep.
How you feeling, Tenoch?
Yeah. Tenoch, are you all right?
I don't know. How do I? What effects do I do I have?
You
Current effects?
roll a wisdom saving throw for
Okay.
me.
Boop 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 boop. Where's my character? Here you are. Wisdom. Yeah, 8.
You are still, as you come to, you are still enraged with madness for just a moment, but the passionate, fiery sort of violence that was racing through your veins when you were polymorphed into a snail fades very quickly, and the two of you, Farah and Rhunar, I would say, just passively watching, you can see his eyes have that same opaque blackness that Byron's do, but as he stands there in front of you, like confused for a moment, it starts to fade, and you get the sense as his face kind of relaxes a little bit that your old friend Tenoch is returning.
You okay
wanna-
there?
You want to talk about it?
I have the sudden urge to eat whatever it is that snails eat. I don't actually know what snails eat.
Algae?
Algae, yeah. Kelp.
Do you remember being a snail?
No, I just have that urge.
We had to
How did I get here?
we had to turn you into a snail in order to get you to stop attacking us. Do you remember any of that?
You almost murdered me.
There was fire.
Byron is having problems too.
He was destroying something special.
He did lose control. I think we all did a little bit.
I had to stop it.
How are you feeling now?
Did I stop it? I don't know.
I mean,
Is he?
it seems like
Did
you
I
seem
kill
a
him?
little better.
You didn't kill him, but
Oh,
he
wow.
is having a little time out downstairs in the hold.
Yeah. That's good.
We think something was affecting the both of you that wasn't good. Maybe some of that black fog or sooty evil mind control and stuff.
Yeah, though all of the froth is just, well, you know what it's like.
Yeah, I'm recalling some of that now.
All right, I'm just going to walk out of the hut.
Thunder. No, I'm just kidding.
I guess Thunder.
Ah!
Underway.
Feyre's just gonna sit down, crisscross applesauce.
Rhunar turns into
I,
a snail.
We need to end this.
Which part?
The madness, the cult.
Yeah.
They've done something, and it's not good.
Sounds like they've killed a lot of people and possibly
too.
fed them to something really, really bad.
Well, we know where they are now. That's one thing we need to talk about.
On that island.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Dave? Is this the one that I'm pinging right now?
You think so?
That's hilarious.
Based on what
On what he said.
on what he had told you.
I'm kind of glad I didn't go out there when I asked him about a session earlier.
That's right. You did talk about it, didn't you?
I did. I asked around about it.
We recovered some things from Dory's office too that we could, take a closer look at. Just be sure not to touch. I'm gonna have a hell of a time getting it out of my pocket, but
It's all right.
We
I don't
might not want to do that tonight because I am beat for spells.
I don't
think
really
I could
read.
cast much more.
Well, I found some sort of map. So
Like them other ones that you got.
I don't know. I have to take a closer look at it, but I don't want to go insane
Yeah, like
in
Byron.
the process.
That's fair.
So
Is it made
I'm
out
not
of
going to
human
do it
skin?
tonight.
I don't know why
What?
I brought that up.
What's that?
Is it made out of human skin?
I don't think so. As soon as I touched it,
That's probably good.
The paper?
it did something, some kind of curse on it. I don't know.
Well, I'm hoping that being a little bit further away from that, the froth might help you recover. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's
maybe
a
a good-
proximity spell.
A good night's sleep. Clear our minds.
I think that's a good idea.
You don't think we're going to get attacked in the night, do you?
I mean, I guess it's possible, but we'll post an extra guard or two, and I think it'll be all right, at least for tonight. I don't think Dory has the strength or the numbers, but I guess you never know if the whole town was in on it. I guess it's not the whole town, but like he was saying, they have people everywhere.
Right. Didn't they say that, even in the governor's office?
Yeah,
Isn't
he
that
said.
something he said?
I got the feeling it was in all levels of
All the way to the top.
society around here. Yeah.
I heard.
And Tenoch, I don't know if you heard, but our crew got jumped on the way back to the boat.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Are any of the fucked up ones on deck?
No.
And they weren't seriously hurt, right, Dave? Like in need
No.
of healing? Okay.
Fritz had his arm in a sling,
Okay.
but other than that, you didn't get the sense that there were any major wounds.
Oh, hey, Fritz, come here a minute.
Yeah, Miss Farah, how can I help you?
Can I heal you a little?
Yeah, love it.
Come here. And I will
best
cast.
idea yet.
Let's see, cure wounds, level 2 on him.
Yeah, great.
Well, I can't have you walking around with a broken arm.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Go ahead and roll for your cure wounds.
That would be.
These guys that jump you say anything?
Nope. They just started throwing fists. But you know, that
17.
other guy and Korga, we held our own. Emil ain't worth shit, by the way, in a fight. But 17.
He was
Woo, baby, that
he was
feels
hired
good.
for other reasons.
You are welcome.
Thank you. He pulls the sling off and he's like, I think it feels better than it did before.
Well, good.
Much obliged. And then he
You're welcome.
hurries off.
Just fists?
Yeah, fists.
Well, I guess that's something.
I mean, they could have been. There, I mean, there's a bunch of crews in town, right? There's like a bunch of boats. There's
Yeah,
many
the
boats
port's
in
crowded
town.
right now.
Before y'all got jumped, did you hear
comes
anything
back.
about why everybody's in town right now? Is it for the ball?
Didn't hear anything about a ball, miss.
Oh, great. It's a secret orgy.
I didn't hear anything about a secret orgy neither.
All right. Well, I guess.
I guess
we'll
no
find
news is
out.
good news, right?
Yeah, I suppose. All right. Well,
All right, let's get some rest.
that sounds good to me.
All right, you guys all retire to your various your room locations. Anything you want to do prior to falling asleep when you're by yourselves?
Is Sales in my room?
Yes, when you walk in, when you open the door, she's like, "You guys are back."
Yeah, we made it. We heard that other people got into a fight. We got into a fight too. I think they were singling us out.
Seems to happen to this crew. Can't wait to hear about it in the fucking morning. And she turns over with her blanket and kind of like goes back to sleep looking at the wall.
Oh, roomies, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna ritually cast Tiny Hut for us in that room.
Okay.
And I'll make it a sparkly nighttime blue kind of color.
Pretty.
Like the night sky. And then curl up and go to sleep.
All right. Anything from the two of you?
You know, I would love to do a detect magic and do a quick once over of the ship to see if there's anything out of place in that way.
Okay. How long does detect magic last? Once it's cast?
10 minutes?
Up to 10 minutes, and I have 2 slots I can burn on it.
Okay.
If I need to.
You go below decks and everything and try to poke into like people's rooms, or like where do you go?
Yeah, I guess I probably won't go into people's rooms, but you know, maybe like obviously main deck. I guess I would go into my room since I'm the only one who is there. Cargo hold. Anywhere that's easily accessed.
This guy's not even here.
Yeah, what is he doing there?
Don't worry about him. Who is that?
No.
Yeah, okay, so I would say this is more of an investigative type of thing. So yeah, go ahead and roll investigation.
We'll do that. It's in alphabetical order. Non-natural 20.
Very nice. You don't get the sense that there's anything out of order that you wouldn't expect. Nothing sets off your magic radar in any disconcerting way. You get the normal magic glows from certain people on board that you would expect it from, but nothing nefarious. You do run into Kyle at one point, who is keeping a watch. He and that other fucking guy are staying up and keeping an eye on things. Rest of the guys are racked out. Emil's drunk. He's passed out.
Yeah, I'll just kind of nod to him and then return to my quarters and go to sleep.
All right. What about Rhunar? Anything that you want to do before hitting the sack?
Can I pull this map thing out of my pocket without, like, do I think that I can get it out, like, using a knife and not be subject to whatever that thing was?
You can take precautions, but you really wouldn't know. Like, you don't know. I mean, you might assume, and that's why I think you're asking if you can take precautions. So, yeah, if you wanted to take precautions, like wearing a glove or using a knife or whatever you want, you could extract it from your...
Yeah, just using 2 daggers, gingerly. I want to, like, pull the tips of the daggers.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull the thing out of my pocket and put it in a drawer that I opened up.
Roll
in the desk.
Yeah, roll a let's go sleight of hands check.
Just shreds it.
Oh boy, here we go.
Paper
You don't have any,
shredder.
like forensic tweezers.
I have navigator's tools.
Where's
This is a
your
very
stamping?
delicate procedure that you're performing right now.
Yeah. Where's
we
your
put it in a
stamp collecting
sleeve?
kit?
Yeah, like a baseball
Sleeve.
card sleeve.
Yep.
Like a comic book sleeve.
13.
Yep. Nice.
13? Yeah, no problem. You pull it out, holding it in front of you like this. And where are you going to put it?
Just put it in a drawer that I had opened up ahead of time.
Sure. Bloop, you drop it in.
And Yep.
It lays flat inside the drawer.
And I don't even want to look at it too long. I'm just going to, like, shut the drawer.
When you say too long, how long is...
I mean, like, longer than, like, just seeing it out of my peripheral vision, I guess.
Okay, so you're not, like,
I'm just-
looking at any features of the particular piece of paper?
No, I don't want to, like, look
You're not
at
investigating it?
No,
or
no.
Okay.
Not tonight.
You're sure?
Yes.
All right. So you put it in the drawer and you close the drawer. And as you do that, you feel a little bit of relief.
All right. Just going to start kicking my boots off. Getting ready to...
Roll a wisdom save. No, I'm just kidding.
Bastard. Yeah, it's the boots that get you every time.
Yeah, they do. Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Hey, Darth. Thanks for cheering. We got a advantage for Mr. Tenoch.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Darth. All right. Why don't we... Rhunar, why don't you go ahead and roll a d20 for me?
Right.
Whoop, whoop.
A 4.
Okay.
Not whoop, whoop.
Not whoop whoop, but nevertheless, it is a 4. The rest of the night goes without incident, as you have returned to the ship. You have addressed sort of Tenoch's rage and madness as best you can with the limited knowledge that you have. And you have done a bit of had some discussions with the crew to identify what happened in your absence. You get the sense that perhaps a lot more has happened, but you guys have been gone for a couple of nights. But nevertheless, things seem to be in order. You do benefit from a long rest, so please update your characters' sheets with that.
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it's been a
Ooh,
while.
I hope we get into some fights
I know.
because
Look at that.
Been a while.
my enemies are going to be rolling like shit.
Let's
Is
see.
there like
What'd
a
you
long
get?
rest button on these?
No.
I wish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be nice?
I have to click like 6 different things.
Yes. Ditto.
Try-
I used
try
like
being a spellcaster.
everything I got.
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
same. Plus all my bardic stuff.
Yeah, I suppose you got all the resource things.
Yeah, I'm just clicking away.
Ooh.
Luckily, they're all kind of in the same spot. All right. Are those your 2 rolls for your divination
Yep.
thing?
A 1 and a 2,
Wow.
Ooh.
which is great because that
Yeah,
just means I'll
'cause
use
that's
them
what you
on
give.
saving throws
Right. You can give those to
for
other people.
Yeah.
That's great. Very nice. All right. Let's do this. The suspenseful, eerie music fades as sunshine casts its warmth across the deck, rising up over the horizon. The port comes alive as it does with voices coming off of the shoreline to the south, from ships maneuvering, docking, departing, cargo being unloaded and loaded. It is a beautiful bluebird sky in Narisbin, save for one particular area of town. I'm sure you can guess.
Right over our ship.
Nope. Lowtown.
The froth.
The froth
Today-
continues to have the thick haze particulates that block out visibility, and it looks as though perhaps there is, I don't know, a little extra darkness this morning.
Oh.
Another really tall plume of smoke coming out.
It's not so much like a plume as it is it just kind of hangs low. If you recall, the froth or Lowtown is this part of town that is low in the landscape, and it's almost like it's being overtaken by the Azure Sea, as if it's sinking into the harbor. Whereas like the docks district, the market district, like where the boat works is, all of that docks area is kind of on more stable, higher elevation. And then as you go towards the old fort, it's a hill that rises up towards the old fort. But yeah, the froth is sort of like this marshy, dank mire. So the day is yours. You do know that there is a gala. The governor's gala is this evening. You know to meet. Feyre knows this, to meet Fulch Mins at his offices prior to heading in, and that he will escort you and your party in. He had requested that perhaps you leave Byron behind, which seems like things just kind of worked out in a way. It's kind of funny
Right.
how that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Feyre's
strange.
gonna prestidigitate the black out of her hair so that she can go back to her natural color,
Which is the white.
white.
Mhm.
And oh man, I thought I had my dress in my bag, but it might be back at the anemone.
Oh yeah.
So
I guess we never really. Did we ever like? I don't know if we ever paid our bill at the anemone.
I feel like we just have an ongoing tab. I
Yeah.
don't really know. We've been there so long. I
It
forget.
hasn't been that many days actually, but
Since you've
IRL
been to the
though.
it's been
anemone?
very eventful.
Technically, we only got one room, and Fulch Mins got the other one, right?
Right. And you were there the previous
We've been there,
previous
what,
day.
yeah,
You were there. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
there yesterday, but
Right.
yeah, we've stayed there what, 3
4 nights.
nights?
4
4
nights.
nights
Yeah.
now?
Yep.
We already
Yeah.
we prepaid the first night,
Oh, we did. Okay,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's right.
but because we were obnoxious.
Right.
That's
But
true.
then
that was
the
gut
3
gut
nights
punch day.
of room, probably.
You know what's not obnoxious, guys? The
Yes.
fact that we're going to give away some shit at the end of the stream. I just want to quickly mention, if anybody is interested, we're giving away some Old Goat Beard Company stuff. And some...
I mean, like that?
Yup, I can't get it. And then also...
Because you're typing in a 0.
I know. I don't know what I'm doing, but here we go. Exclamation mark trying to win. Yeah, so it's been a few days. You haven't really, for all the stuff that's happened since we arrived in Nerisban, it's like been maybe 5 days or 6 days, maybe. Hasn't been even a week.
It seems pretty normal for us.
Yeah.
Go to a new port. Cram it all in.
Well, when you guys were on Cybert, you were there for, I
Phase
think it
out.
was like a month. In
Yeah.
game time, it was
That
like...
was but that was
lot of
in
traveling.
country, though, too.
Yep.
That was
Yes.
deep in the bush.
Yep. Yeah, you guys don't, it doesn't take long for you guys to get into the shit when you enter a port, which is how it should be.
We were breaking inns down within the first night of being there.
That's true.
I don't think Favor's been with you guys for 2 weeks yet.
No, a week, man. Well, with
I
travel
forgot.
time from when they found you,
Week and
maybe.
a half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably not quite 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Hey,
wild ride.
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave, here's a question that I haven't asked before because I always forget about it, even as a player. I've never looked to see if there's anybody who sells spell things. Not spell components, but like spells. Like, I want to get some spells in
Okay.
town. I know I don't really have a lot of money, and I don't necessarily expect that
I could
there's
hook you
a huge selection around, but given the things that have happened recently and the potential, hoopla that we're going to get into, I might be legit interested in finding out what's around, if there is anything around.
Sure. Okay, so you want to
Since
look
I
for
have-
some
since I have a day.
possible spells, like scrolls, perhaps, or some spell books, or something of that nature.
Yeah, whatever it is that I need to have to add stuff to my spell book,
Sure. Okay.
which I should.
Yeah, Tenoch, if you could find, I've got restoration, but if you could find I don't know, something lesser than that, like a lesser restoration spell, that would be great.
I'll see what I can find.
Okay.
I'm
What
also-
what would the rest of you guys like to do with the day?
We still need to get paid from Falch, right?
It's true, and hopefully that didn't fall through.
Yeah, hopefully Dory wasn't buying our cargo.
Or if he did, he already paid for it.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, was this the morning we were supposed to pick up that money?
Yes.
All right. So,
Make money.
yeah, how about if Tenoch is going to go into town? Well, I mean, we're going to see him later too, so I don't know. Were you planning on doing this right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Because if I find some stuff, it's going to take me some time to copy stuff into my spell book.
Is
Never
that
mind
something we would all go and do?
I'm also going to go look for a nice, slightly fancier vest than my normal. I kill people wearing this vest.
Right.
Not that I wouldn't kill people in that vest, but it would look nicer.
When Rhunar woke up, it occurred, and he started thinking about this gala. It occurred to him that the last time he wore these dress robes that he bought in Monmerg, he went to hell shortly afterwards and
true.
fought a demon.
You guys got all dolled up for that party.
Oh, wow.
The
That's
masquerade
right. I forgot we
party.
got dressed up for that.
Yeah.
He checked his wardrobe, and these robes don't look too hot anymore. So I think I might need to pick up something too.
It's fantastic.
I mean, I
Okay.
could clean it for you if it still smells like demons, but
So how about I roll for whether it's all ripped up or just dirty?
Sure.
All right.
Roll a d20, just straight.
How do I roll a con save for a pair of clothing?
For a pair of slacks. 14.
How much? How many attacks hit you when you were fighting? I mean, I know you got tendril grappled
Where? Oh, last night?
last night. Yeah.
I wasn't wearing these clothes that I'm talking about last night.
Oh.
but
These are the stuff that's in your.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
The
fine.
fancy-
In fact, you've
They're my
already had
fancy
them.
clothes.
You've had them
But I-
patched up since then.
Okay. But I did wear
any-
them to hell, so I just wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, they're they're a little dated. They're from
Yeah.
last season. They're not like cutting edge fashion.
Ooh.
That's all right. It's last season Monmerg. I don't think these rubes in Nerisban are really
There's
up on the.
they're still wearing last season 3
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways.
they look fine. I mean, you could potentially update them if you wanted to, but they work for you.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are gonna go. Well, Feyre's got a gown, right?
right. We got to pick that up. We got to see if we are going to get paid. And then maybe see if there's some spells.
All right.
Got it. Okay, so you guys head back into town, leaving Byron in the cargo hold. Do you check on him or anything, or?
I'm just gonna check on the door. Do I hear
Wait.
anything inside?
Roll a perception check.
$16.
You hear snoring through the door to the cargo hold.
All right, I'll just turn around and leave then.
Okay.
Is he still sleeping it off?
Yeah, it sounds like he's asleep. Not raging anyway.
Fritz
That's
comes over.
Good.
Yeah, he was up kind of all night until just a couple hours ago, kind of mumbling and talking to himself. We'll keep an
Let's
eye
just-
on him. It
yeah,
looks like
keep
you're
him-
getting ready to go into town.
Yeah, we're gonna make a quick run. But we'll be coming back, right?
Ye-
Most likely.
Yeah, I
Before
mean,
we leave.
probably. But don't let him out at all until the captain says.
Just let him know he's confined to quarters. Captain's orders.
Don't feed him after dark.
Right,
can-
but do feed him. Just not. You
Maybe you can like quickly slide some food in in the door, but don't let him out.
Aye. Okay.
He's
Don't
you
get,
know
don't get him wet.
he's not like the enemy, don't think. But just keep him in there.
Roger, we'll keep an eye on him. Get him fed. He'll be right as rain soon, I'm sure, Captain. No need to worry.
I think he'll be feeling better soon,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Okay, then let's get you all set up here on the dinghy. You guys
All right.
eventually make your way back into town, heading to first. We'll assume that you. Yeah, you know what? We'll assume that you bring a couple of the guys with you to carry back and guard the money that you pick up from Fulch. He is not there when you arrive at his offices. One of his business associates, a administrative assistant, and one of his heavies are there to deliver the payment to you. It's paid in full as promised. And you are able to either together or having your men take it back to the ship. No problems occur at all in that transfer of money.
How much was that again?
I knew you were going to ask that, and
I could go and check
don't-
my notes.
I don't remember, so
All right,
it
that's
really
fine. I'll
doesn't
figure it out later.
matter too much. But if you wanted, you could take some coin out of the chest of coin if you wanted like spending cash, right?
Yeah,
For right now, for whatever you're about to go spend money on.
right.
So that's up to you. But yeah, you'll have to look in your notes. I don't remember off the top of my head. So that happens. And Tenoch, where do you head to look for these magical scrolls?
I'll give Tenoch some gold, by the way. I don't know how much he'll need, though.
I thought I wrote down how much we were going to get. I wrote down how much we were
It's
quoted
definitely
as-
written down somewhere. It's ultimately
perhaps-
not that important
yeah.
at the moment.
No, yeah.
So I don't think we need to worry too much about it. You have some cash to spend.
You know, I might so was I remembering wrong before, or was I remembering wrong, or was I remembering correctly where there's, so we know there's Leonard's Curiosity Shop.
Mm-hmm.
And was there also wasn't there also a guy in that little market district, like at a stall that we went to?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was kind
Which
of
is
the
how
spell
we got
supplies.
which is how we got to Leonard's Curiosity Shop. I might start with the guy at the stall to find and ask him, hey, if a guy needed to buy some spells,
Yeah, I mean, they're
Where's
tough
the
to
guy?
find, but if you're willing to spend some coin, well, he looks around and he kind of flaps down the front of his stall to kind of close it off, as if he's kind of like turning the closed sign, if you will.
right?
And he digs into a pack that he has laying, and he pulls out 3 scrolls. One of them is, there's 3 of them, and he says, they're a bit expensive, but I do have 3 scrolls that I've purchased recently. Chad, why don't you roll a D100 for me?
Yes, sir. Boom. 44.
Okay.
It's 2 4s. That means it's good.
Okay. Wow. This could actually be interesting.
Right up my alley.
Is it actually helpful?
This is very, very specific. It is called a scroll of controlling water, but it's expensive. So that's a 4th level spell. So you're looking. He says, I could part with it for 1,200. I could maybe get 15, but
What else you got on there?
roll another D100 for me.
Yeah, come on.
So that one
there we
was
go.
a
88. I
control
doubled the last number.
You did.
I'm gonna have to roll an extra D10
Nice.
the next time so I can double that. I'll do it too.
Oh, that's not very helpful. I won't do that to you.
Cure light wounds. Damn it.
It was Arcane Eye.
Oh, nice. I already had that spell.
Yep. What did you roll? An 88?
88.
Okay.
Crazy,
Also a
isn't it?
4th level spell, so also expensive. It's a dimension door spell scroll.
Oh,
And then roll one more D100 for me.
all right. 91.
Ooh.
God damn. Why
Getting
aren't we playing
higher
Call of
and higher.
Cthulhu right now? I'm just rolling really good. Except for the first one, I guess.
This one is that's interesting. These are very thematically appropriate. This is a 3rd level spell of water breathing. 250 gold pieces. So that was Dimension Door, Control Water.
250, and you said, you say 1200 for the
1200 for the other
for the
ones. 'cause they're
1400 for the fourth levels rather.
Yep. Oops. Yeah, that's a third level. The random scroll generator is pretty useful. All right.
Did you just use the DMG?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so that's what he has. And then he says, Leonardo's Curiosity Shop sometimes has books and scrolls of certain types that you could perchance look there as well. But I'd be happy to part with any of these. I've just picked them up within the last day or two.
Oh. I say this water breathing. Would you accept a partial trade?
Oh. Color me curious. What do we have in trade?
Well, I have this scroll.
Oh.
Which is Hold Person, which is a 2nd level spell. Which I'm sure I'll get flack for on the internet, but I don't really find interesting.
Yes, of course. But this scroll could give you a value of 80 gold for it.
Okay. I would take that deal.
Which one of these scrolls, or would you? Do you want them all?
The water breathing.
Of course. So 170 gold then would be your balance.
I will hand him 170 gold.
It's a pleasure doing business with you. Is there anything else? Do you need spell components or incense or anything of that nature? It could help you, of course. Otherwise, I encourage you to check with Leonardo, although he technically is the competition. He is a good friend of mine, so.
Let's see. Let me check something really quick since we're at this sort of place.
And he's sort of organizing things, and he just starts talking. Did you hear of the commotion last night in the froth? There was a large fire.
It's hard to tell when things are on fire with all that smoke.
It is
and
dark.
fog that
You are correct. Yes, there was an attack, is what people are saying on Mr. Dory. Very interesting.
Pirates, you think?
Oh, I didn't say that. Do you think it was pirates?
Oh, I mean, maybe. I would spend $30. I would spend $30. 30 gold pieces on the good stuff incense.
Oh yeah,
I bought from him before.
Yep, he has more of that. I just got this in recently. Grown at some of the coastal plantations of the Amadio. Very good.
Fragrant. Thank you.
Yes, it's very peculiar with the froth the last couple of days. There was some sort of giant lizard animal monster running rampant, and then this attack. It's very strange. I mean, weird shit happens over there, but...
Yeah, you think it's linked to this lantern ghost killer?
Oh my, well, I heard that they arrested the person responsible for that. I don't know, do you?
I mean, what better thing to dismember groups of people than a giant lizard?
Oh, that is dreadful.
That's right. It was Ashley's character. She did it. No,
Don't finger me.
no, no.
Never. Don't turn him in. All right. So is there anything else that you want from this fella?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
But maybe it wouldn't hurt to go over to the other guy
Oh.
and
That
see
was
what he's
Dave.
got too. I know. I didn't say that in character.
You're gonna go over to Leonardo's curiosity shoppy?
Yeah, see if he's got anything.
Makes sense. Rhunar and Farah, is there anything that you want to do in the market, or do you want to go to Leonardo's as well? You're just kind of at this point tagging along with Tenoch.
Yeah, just tagging along.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep a sharp eye out. Just because I'm a little paranoid after last night.
Yeah.
And just kind of keep an eye out for anybody that might be paying a little too much attention to us or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a perception check as you sort of glance around occasionally.
$16.
Okay. And what about you, Farah? Anything that you wanted to do in the marketplace in particular?
I'm gonna see if I can pick up on why there's so many ships here. You know, whether that's for the event or there's some kind of reason or they're all privateers or something. But I would like to get some gossip maybe.
Okay. Yeah, roll a... Well, tell me, how would you do so? Like, what would you do to gather that type of information? Just sort of listening, or would you engage with people, or try to...
I'm gonna try to just overhear stuff.
Okay.
Well, staying close to the group.
Okay. Let's call it a perception check.
Okay.
Or investigation, if you prefer.
Well, I rolled perception, so it's only an 8. Not very good.
Okay. Yeah, you don't get a really satisfying sort of feel, but you get the sense that there has been some activity, naval activity in the region recently. There, you do hear a rumor circulating about a plague ship off the coast of the Amadio, perhaps infected with some sort of supernatural plague. You also hear that there has been an attack of some sort of a sea creature nearby, and so a lot of the ships have returned to port to load up on sea creature hunting supplies, ballista bolts, and if you've ever seen the movie Jaws, where they're all like loading up to go out after the shark, it's a little bit like that. You
CO2
do
tanks.
not get the sense that anybody is talking about the Gala.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do I get the sense that the sea creature is the sea creature that I saw when my previous ship went down?
Yeah, you wouldn't get that much information. It'd be really hard to tell.
Man, sea creatures, they're all alike. All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
It
they
was-
all
it
have
was-
very individual personalities with motivations and likes and wants and desires for their life.
They're just all the same. They want to eat you and take your gold.
That's their main desire, yeah.
Think your
yeah,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So you head to
As we make our
Leonardo's.
as we make our way as well through
Scarpy!
the market district, if I notice any stalls with like nice vests,
Mm,
you-
okay. Yeah, there's
pants,
clothing vendors for sure. You can
I
easily
would-
find clothing.
I would scoop something up.
What are you looking for? And also, Rhunar, you have an advantage, as do I.
Oh.
Thank you, Scarpy.
Yeah.
We appreciate you being here, buddy.
Sharpie TV.
So yeah, what exactly are you looking for, like style wise, Tenoch?
Yeah. I guess. I mean, he's not the kind of guy who's like super picky. But obviously he likes. I think even for this instance, he would kind of probably keep to the same kind of aesthetic, but just maybe something nicer and newer. It's probably been a while since he's gotten some new clothes.
Sure.
So like a nice vest, maybe in this case one with buttons that he
Unreal.
could button up a little bit, close, so it's not just pecs out, as
Okay.
it were.
Yeah. Roll investigation check.
All right.
Unreal.
Yeah, 23.
Nice.
He's on a mission.
Yeah, you find a vest that fits the bill,
Nice.
and it's from a small little lady that is selling obviously like repurposed clothing or used clothing. It's not opulent or super fancy, but it has all the buttons, and
Like a little
it's not.
pocket.
It has two pockets, one on either side of the vest, and then it has a little bit of a collar
Ooh.
that comes down like to a point, and then and you can flip it up high if you want, and it'll kind of have like the sort of like the, I can't remember what they called it back in the 80s, but when you pop it, when you pop your collar, and then it has like this really cool stylized embroidery around around the sleeve holes, like where the sleeves would be that aren't there because it's a vest.
And how much would I pay for such a fine item?
She is asking for 15 gold pieces.
I will give it to her.
All right. Interesting. All right.
Thank you, repurposing lady.
Yeah, she's the best. All right. So you find your vest and you head to Leonardo's, where you have been on numerous occasions. You walk in and Leonardo is there. He has a book opened on his table in front of him as he's seated and his head is down. And as you open the door, you hear he coughs a little bit and looks up and says, welcome back, my friend. Hello. And you get the sense that he was like snoozing or napping maybe.
little nappy time.
Yep.
Hello. Good morning.
How can I help you?
I'm wondering
What are we looking for today?
Any spell scrolls, perhaps any spell books?
Oh, books. I have many books.
With
Spell books.
spells in
So, let me see here. He looks underneath the table and he's like, well, yes. In fact, I do have one spell scroll. I don't know if this would be helpful to you, but it's Speak with the Dead. I've had this for quite some time. Nobody really wants it. I don't know. If you're interested, we could negotiate if you have something to trade, maybe. Otherwise, I could part with it for... the price tag on it says 120 gold, but I know you guys, and you're my friends. And you didn't bring that other one with you, so I give you a discount for that. 90 gold pieces, and it's yours.
Wow, yeah, I can't even cast that spell. Like, that sounds like a dope spell, but nope,
It's a
it's
great
not on
spell.
my spell list. Yeah. Someone else here could use it if she wanted it, though.
Now, Dave, for using a spell like that, like for me, it's just a one-off. Like I don't get.
Right. Yep. You don't have a spell book or
describe
so
it
it
or
would be
anything.
correct. So it'd be a one-time use for you. And it is I want to say it's what level is it, Chad? Do you have it in front of you?
3rd level.
3rd level. So
Yeah.
as long as you can cast 3rd level spells, not a problem. If it's a higher level than you are able to cast, there's a DC roll to see if you can cast it. But I think you can cast 3rd level spells, right? As a bard.
Yeah.
No problem. It's on your spell list. Yeah.
Mhm.
Doesn't take any components, normal casting time, but it's a one-time use.
I mean, Captain, I could use it, but like it's kind of creepy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can see how it might be useful, but you can only use it once.
Yeah, I can't, keep a book of them like Tenoch does. I gotta like absorb them, and not just by reading it.
All right. Maybe we'll think about it then.
Okay. There's other things that I have that since you were here yesterday. Funny thing, a couple things came in. If you're interested
I'm
in seeing them,
interested, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I put them aside for you. And he pulls out a box and sets it down in front of you, and like it just sends
Ooh.
dust like flying into the air, and you're like, he pulls out
Curated assortment of stuff.
he pulls out a candle and sets it down. It's like this. It's been burned, and it's doesn't look that interesting. It's in a small nondescript iron candle holder. And he said, "Well, this is a candle of the deep. Pretty sweet. You can light this thing up and take it underwater. It ain't gonna put it out. Great for illuminating, the darkness of the ocean. If you're going for a swim, it's good to take with you. This one I could part for you. 50 gold for that. And then this one is pretty interesting. I don't think you're gonna want this though, but I'll throw it to you anyways." And he pulls out of the box this little pouch. And he says, "Take a look inside. Take a look inside the pouch. Do it. Take a look. Just humor me."
I'll open it up and look inside.
There's nothing in it.
It's empty. What?
That's what you think, right? This, my friend, very, very cool. If you like food, you into food, you like to eat. This
Sure.
is this was developed by someone very, very well known, an individual by the name of Heward, a very powerful magic user. This is Heward's handy spice pouch. That's right. It has a certain number of uses per day, and it will essentially conjure seasonings that you can use in your culinary delights. Very, very handy.
Just want to do a little quick PSA right now. Scarby TV, write that down for our other game. I want that.
Yeah, so very interesting, but I don't know if you'll need it. You're not cooking much, but if you have a chef aboard your ship, you might be interested. Might be good for morale. Who knows? Good food.
It's interesting.
It's always good to have.
How much is that one again, did you say?
That's 40 gold pieces for that. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty useful. All you need is a pint out of that thing, and you got the best meal you could possibly imagine. Very tasty.
It's tempting.
Let's see, what else? Oh, this is interesting. This is a cane here, and he pulls out this black cane with just a very simple iron ball on the top of it. It's not like a long staff. It's certainly a cane. And he says, "All right, this is pretty cool. Here, hold on to this." And he hands it to Feyre.
Oh, what
Nice
do I
weight.
do with it?
Really nice, right? Kind of feel it, right? It feels good. Now, hold it out in front of you, okay?
Okay.
Now, I want you to... There's a command word, so don't get scared. It's gonna do something really neat, okay? So it's just a regular cane that you walk into a place with. No big deal. Say the power word... Appear now.
Up here now.
As you say that, the cane morphs into a longsword right in front of you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That would be very
Interested.
handy,
Ooh.
you know, especially
Interested.
in a place where you shouldn't have any weapons. Not that I'm
Indeed.
saying.
I would really like something like that, to be honest.
Well, I paid quite a bit for this one. It
Should
it
have
is
acted like I wasn't interested.
it's a magical longsword, but it doesn't really add a whole lot to your skill. You know, you bring your own skill, but it is magical in nature, right?
Real sportsman-like.
I would part with this for. I would really like to get 150 gold for it to really make it
Okay.
worthwhile. But as your friends were saying, you can easily get it into a place where maybe you're not supposed to have a weapon. Pretty handy. I don't condone violence, but pretty slick.
All right. Well,
This one, I know you're gonna want this. Okay.
oh, you have
In
more.
fact,
That's great.
I was thinking about you. When I saw this, I bought it. I thought, well, maybe they'll come back without that other guy. And since you did, it's a ring of protection.
Mm.
But it's also a ring of very expensive protection. I would need to get 775 gold piece. 750 gold, but I can't go any lower than that.
Does it look like the one I have?
What does the one that you have look like?
No, to be honest, I don't know.
In that case, it looks very different.
It's
This-
the one I
this
recovered
one-
in that temple on Cyberit.
Yeah, this one is it is a silver band that has some very faint runes written on it, and then at the what you might expect to be the top of the band, it has a sort of an imprint on it of a shield. You can't really read the heraldry or see the heraldry on the shield because it's too small, but there is heraldry on it.
That's pretty nice.
So, in case you didn't know, it's +1 to AC and saving throws,
Correcto mundo.
which I always forget about, unless I added it into my sheet already. I might have added that.
Read in there. If you added it from the compendium, which it's in the compendium, it should have automatically done everything.
Yes, it is in there. All right.
And then he says, I have one other thing. I really got the good load of stuff.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. And I spent a lot of money. Whew. This one, well, you may not be interested. Any of you, well, I don't know, archers or use like crossbows or anything like that?
I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Or
then you might be
can.
interested. Oh,
Couple
this
of
is
us are, yeah.
this is very rare. Well, I don't know what it's called, but it's a magical bowstring that you can put on a short bow or a crossbow. From what I've been told, it gives you some advantages. Not in the parlance of D&D advantage, but advantages to attacks and damage when you fire with this particular bowstring attached to your weapon. And it's kind of cool. You don't need arrows. The arrows
Don't need
appear.
arrows.
They just appear.
That is handy.
So this is a +1 golden bowstring.
Okay. And how much is that one?
Well, very, very rare item. I would say 800 gold pieces would be ideal.
Okay.
Kind of leveraged
Wow.
myself pretty bad on this stuff, though. But I know it'll sell. It'll sell. This is good stuff. But I thought of you
Yeah.
right away because you were in here yesterday, and all I had was that little iron ring. It's gone now. Someone bought that.
I don't suppose you have any like instruments, do you?
I mean, nothing that's super fancy, but you can look over here, and he kind of points over, and there's a box, and there's a rack of instruments off to the side.
There's just a box with a bunch of random instruments
Yep.
stuffed into it.
Yep, exactly. Like in parts of instruments, strings for stringed instruments, but he doesn't have anything that would be as nice as
Like
what you
magical.
have. Yeah,
Fair enough. I'll kind of poke through it, but
yeah, it's kind of junk
Like student versions.
at best.
all right.
That candle, when it
Yes.
illuminates, do you know how far of like illumination it casts?
I don't know. I haven't used it yet.
Okay.
Could come in handy if we ever do any deep sea recovery.
Well, I can see in the dark.
Yeah, I can too.
But just remember that there is a difference in seeing in the dark with dark vision
Mm-hmm.
and having illuminated space to work in. There is a difference. The dark vision is really kind of like a grayish sort of vision. It doesn't really highlight all the colors, and it's not quite as... I mean, this would definitely enhance your ability to see things. There's no question, even with dark vision. For the sake of just you guys knowing, it is 60 feet.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty
It's
pretty good.
Wow.
By the time you see that shark,
For a
it's gonna be
candle.
right on top of you.
Yeah. Not bad for a candle.
Do we know how much we got out of in that pouch of Dory's by any chance? Did we ever cover that?
Well, Byron has that.
Yeah. But we
And
didn't.
no, you guys haven't looked
figure
at
out
it.
the
He hasn't
day
looked
of.
at it or anything.
Yeah.
Right.
But I know we have that. All right. What do you guys think? I think we should get the candle. I think we should get the pouch. It might improve morale on the ship.
Yeah, they're kind of cranky.
And it's only 40 gold. I think we can swing that. The cane sword, I think, is something I want.
Might come in handy in case something
Right.
happens.
I already have a ring of protection, but that it's super handy for someone that might need it.
It does require
I mean, I would-
attunement, so keep that in
Yeah,
mind too.
so-
I
like-
would love to have one, but I do not have that kind of money.
Right. Oh, jeez. The whole thing would be what?
The whole thing?
Yeah.
You
What
want
is
all
that?
of it?
No, I want to know how much it all is total.
The candle
Um,
and the spice pouch would be 90.
90. Veteran's cane
And-
was 150. So that's 240. Ring of
was
protection
750.
50.
1790?
So that's 9. Yep. Plus the 800 for the golden bowstring. And then what did I say for the Speak with the Dead? 95 or 90? Can't
90.
remember. 90. You want me to calculate what the whole thing is?
He might give us a deal if you want all of it.
90 plus 800 plus
That's a big
But
chunk of
that's-
change, though.
That is a lot of stuff.
Minus 150
Especially
plus 40 plus 50.
I th-
1880 gold.
yeah. That's what I figured.
I haven't really been using my crossbow at the moment, so I mean that's not necessarily something I need. I don't know if someone else needs it.
Well, let's do this. Let's take a break.
Okay.
And you guys can decide during the break what you guys are buying. We don't have to role play out debate on what to buy. And then when we come back, we'll move into, unless there's other things that you want to do, we'll move into getting ready and heading to the gala.
All right.
Sound good? All right.
Sounds
So
good.
folks, thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. I can't quite see who's here, but Scarpy TV, Darth, of course, love you guys for being here. TTRPG, Jason, great to see you, buddy. Thanks for playing last weekend in our VDS game, along with Darth and Chad and Vamp Wickman. Who else is in here?
Fun.
Who's this? Dark Horse 1975. Welcome. Good to see you. That's a great handle, by the way. Great to see everybody. Exclamation mark drawing. You'll be entered to win some great content from CZRPG, The Troubled Veil, which is a really cool drop in anywhere one-shot setting for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. A bunch of lore, beautiful locations, great artwork, new stat blocks, magic items. You know how CZRPG does it. They know what you need to make a really fun session, and so check that out. And then Old Goat Beard Company, we're giving away today a dropper of their beard oil, so check that out. Exclamation mark drawing. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Thank you all for being here. See you shortly.
Bye for now.
All right, we're back. What do you guys... Oh, let's do this. If you haven't entered to win the Troubled Veil, which is fantastic, I was reading through it the other day, and I'm really excited to run it myself. Also, man, they're kicking out some amazing content over at on their Patreon. So I joined the CZRPG Patreon to their maps, and they're kicking out adventures every month. Really good stuff. So if you're into that, if you're a DM, you should definitely check out their stuff. I think we have a link that maybe Chad can drop in the chat for us. Yeah, go check out their stuff. It's really good. Okay. So exclamation mark drawing to win the Troubled Veil or the Old Goat Beard Company beard oil. So get in on the action. So you guys, real quick question, because I would like to, if we can, get to some of the Gala stuff tonight. What did you decide if you want to buy any of those goods that Leonardo has?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
What do you
do.
want to go for? The Veteran's Cane, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the cane.
Okay, so that's 150.
I'm gonna buy the
Spice pouch.
candle and the spice pouch.
So that's for those. So the spice pouch is 40 and the candle is 50. So you're at 240. Keep going.
I want that bowstring.
What
Take
about
it.
the
It's
ring
only
of
800.
protection?
That's only 750.
Well, if I didn't buy something, it would be the ring. But Byron might want it.
The ring?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could certainly use it. She's like making like ring like gestures.
Okay.
Do you
All right.
do you want to ask me something?
All right.
Um,
I guess we'll buy the lot except for that spell then.
Well, wait. If we buy the lot, would you give us a deal?
Ooh, yeah.
And she'll bat her eyes at him.
Roll a persuasion check. You're going to make me
yeah.
calculate this again.
Oh, I,
Oh,
hope
I
so.
can add it up too real quick here.
18.
Okay, give me a second.
When she says bat her eyes, what she means is she has Louisville Slugger tattooed on her eyelids.
Does that include the scroll?
No. Because I think we decided that wouldn't be
What?
useful.
She did specifically
with
say,
Dad?
if we buy the lot, would you give us a discount?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
okay.
But maybe I'm overinterpreting that.
Well, we'll see
I
if
mean-
it's. I mean,
Look, if you want to buy all of it, he'll throw in the scroll as a parting gift. So it's a 90 gold piece scroll. He's going to give it to you for free if you want to buy everything. So that'll cost you 1,790 gold for all of the items that he has.
Yeah.
expensive.
I think we're worth it.
All right. The deal is done. He's very excited. You shake hands. He gives you the box of goods and you walk out with it back into the streets.
Yeah.
Ferris just gonna like dig through and just grab that ring and say, "You can have it back, maybe tomorrow, if you want it."
It's all right. You can wear it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
She's gonna just pop it right on.
Okay.
Nice.
I figure I can't wear any armor, so
It will require you
kinda-
to attune to it, just so you
Yeah.
know.
is that just an hour?
It takes an hour of like focused sort of meditation with the item. And then you can attune to 3 items simultaneously. So just kind of keep that in mind. I don't know if you have other items that you're attuned to. I think you do. So, but it's 3 is the max.
Hey, Captain, can I have another 150 gold?
Sure.
Thank you.
The bowstring also requires attunement. Just so you know about that as well. Who takes the scroll? Speak with
Oh,
Dead.
the bowstring requires attunement, huh?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm assuming Feyre takes the scroll since she's probably the only one that can use it.
Do you want me to hold on to that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
How about the Candle of the Deep? Are you going to hold on to that, Rhunar,
Yeah, I mean,
for now?
yeah, I guess I'll hold on to that.
All right.
I mean,
I
you
have a
got that
bag of holding.
helmet, so it's probably
Yeah, I have the helmet. I'm just thinking that now that more than one of us can potentially breathe underwater, something like that might come in really handy.
All right. So you guys spend some coin, stock up on some pretty sweet items. And is there anything else that you want to do with the day before heading to meet with Fulch Mins?
I want to attune to that and grab my dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you head
Well-
to the Black Anemone.
Yes.
The manager, N. Postwall, approaches you, Rhunar, for payment. Since it's been a few days.
Yeah.
It's been a while. as they say on Critical Role.
Been a while. What do we? God, what do we owe? Can't be too bad.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. Black Anemone, I have that here. So yeah, like I was asking, in the meantime, was there anything else that you guys needed to do before heading to meet Fulch?
For the
There it is.
gala,
Yeah.
right? I would spend 6 hours. Let me double check that.
4
6
gold
hours.
pieces, Rhunar,
Okay.
total.
I'd spend 6 hours copying a water breathing
I got
into
that in
my
my
spell
pocket.
book,
Okay.
or rather,
Do
onto
you need
my-
to roll
onto
for
my
that or
tiger skin.
anything, or
Nope. Spend
Okay.
6 hours because it's 2 hours and 150 gold of materials or
Mhm.
whatever. So I'll
paper
spend
and
6
ink
hours
and
in
stuff
that.
like that?
Yeah,
Sure.
and that 150 gold I bought, or I got from him. Although in my case it's ink because I put it onto this tiger skin.
Sure. Okay.
Not a
Sounds
spell
good.
book.
Yeah, no problem. You're able to do that. And the night starts to the day starts to grow long. The shadows start to creep in. Not in a scary way, because you're not in the froth right now.
Or
If you were in the froth and the
Ravenloft.
shadows were creeping in, it would be cause for total panic. But on this night, anyways, you have a different path ahead of you, and you are heading to what can be only called or referred to as a soiree of the Narisban elite, or at least that's what you've been led to believe. You eventually make your way to the offices of Fulch Mins, and he is waiting actually outside the office. And as you approach, you see him again. If you recall, he is a large half orc, very well dressed. He has he's wearing this purple suit. It's like a 3-piece purple suit. His lower jaw canine teeth are polished and like sparkling. He has a big white toothy grin. And he, as you can recall, he has like a bunch of hair that comes down into 2 braids that kind of wrap over his shoulder. And then he's got this huge thick beard that itself is tied into a third like thick braid that goes down the center of his chest. He's got wide shoulders, narrow waist, very kind of cartoonish in nature, but very dapper. And as you approach, wearing your gown, Feyre, Tenoch, wearing your new vest, and Rhunar, what are you wearing? Describe to us your leisure
my
suit.
Fancy. I guess I don't really know what it looks like. It's kind of like got a greenish hue to it. Some nice, so like nice fabric, dress clothes that I bought in Monmerk. Are we all? Is this something I would wear my armor to? This kind of event?
That would be up to you to decide. I mean, you would get the sense that probably not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But that would be totally your call. You didn't really inquire too much about it, but
okay.
I mean, if you did, it would cover up your whatever nice clothing you're wearing, right?
Yeah, I would say I'm unarmored then, but I am going to be carrying that cane.
Smart.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Nice.
Feyre would have to also not be wearing her armor. But she's wearing that ring, and she's changed her cloak of many fashions into like a fur mantle. So like a little tiny capelet kind of thing. That
Okay.
is open wide in the front, so she's got lots of cleavage. And she's done her hair up in like a half crown to really show off her half elf ears. That is one enchanting smile you have there.
Ah, my friends. Oh, you look amazing. And he bows and kind of reaches out his hand to take yours.
Aw, shucks.
Look at that dress. I've never seen anything quite like it.
She
It was
does a little
made for
twirl.
you. Yeah, he kind of little pirouette
Yeah.
type thing. Well, I am very excited for this this gathering tonight. I am honored that you would join me, and of course you, Rhunar, Deg, and
Yes,
Tenoch.
thank you.
I see. Yes. Well, everyone is here that needs to be here, and I
Mhm.
appreciate that. And he gives you a nod.
And
Um,
I brought my lute, just in case the governor wanted to hear a song or something.
oh my,
We
yes,
could
of course.
talk about me playing for him.
I think that would be delightful. There will be music, and there should be opportunities for you to continue to impress. As I am very impressed. Look at the three of you. You look cleaned up
clean
and
up well,
wonderful.
right? Yeah.
Got my
Uh,
collar up.
Popped.
Popping that collar, looking good.
Yep.
I would be remiss if I didn't just ask as we walk into the governor's abode. And I apologize for prying, perhaps, but it's kind of my responsibility to. Well, I'll just get right to it. Any chance that you had anything to do with the things that happened last night in the froth?
What exactly do you mean?
Understood. I understand.
I mean, we are not responsible for everything that happens in the froth.
Well, of course not. Of course not. And we'll leave it at that. But I just don't want to
that
put
place
myself in,
sucks.
a strange, uncomfortable situation. There will be all types at the party, and I would hate to be caught off guard. I do pride myself on having up-to-date information, should I say. Very well. I'm picking up what you're putting down. And if I may perhaps pick you up, my dear, and
I'd
join
love
me. And he kind of grabs your arm and you kind of walk, and he starts talking to you about the walls of the fort, and kind of giving you a little bit of a history of Narisbin, and talking to you about some of the other people who have settled here. And he's very tour guidey, like trying to impress you with his knowledge of the area as you make your way forward towards the gate. And you of course make your way through or up to the gate, and there it is, very well guarded as you approach. He, of course, has an invitation that he passes off to one of the guards who seems to be in charge, as you sort of just hang back if you do, or if there's something else that you want to do. But he takes care of sort of introducing who everybody is, and passing off this invitation. And you are bid entry into the old fort. And as you enter the space, let's see, I'm going to do this. I have...
Entry.
Yep. So you're entering into the space, right? And you've got Fault, yourself, Rhunar, Tenoch. You pass through the well-fortified gates of the old fort, leaving the chaos of Narisbin's market district behind you, and entering a tranquil scene that you might expect in the most lavish of estates in Gradzul. Or I don't know if any of you, definitely not Tenoch, but perhaps maybe Rhunar or Feyre have been to Gradzul or Nile Draw. I don't think so. I think maybe Byron is probably the only one, and he's not here. But it is lavish, to say the least. Something like you've never seen before. Certainly nothing like you've seen in Monmerg. You've not been admitted to any of the really royal estates of in the hold of the Sea Princes. The only one of you that perhaps has seen anything like this level of opulence would be Feyre. You might have seen, this level. It's beautiful in here, and it's calming, and it is serene, and it's instantly like you're in a different world. There's a wide stone pathway that extends before you. Fulch kind of like putting out his arm for you to sort of thread your arm through his. And right before you begin to make your way forward down this path, a tall woman of Ulman descent, beautiful dark skin, some tattoos on the side of her face. She's wearing a green gown, a floor-length gown, very classy, but not overly attention-getting. She approaches and bows to you. My lords, lady, my name is Alishina. I will attend to you during your stay. Please follow me. And she turns and begins down the path, leading you deeper into the governor's cloistered stronghold. And you follow her, I'm assuming. Of course, Fulch sort of pulling you forward, Feyre.
Yeah, I'm gonna just turn to Fulch and go, Fulci, are you a lord? Did you not tell me?
Well, no, we don't typically utilize the vernacular of the kingdoms to the north here. This is more of a free state. The governorship is, it's interesting. It's a bit of a self-titled approach. Telek Shan is more of a businessman, very successful in his dealings, and has allowed that to elevate him to his status as, I guess you could say lord, but we do not use those terms here. Yes, no, I am simply a businessman. Successful at what I do.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're kind of business people on my mother's side, really. You know.
What kind of business were you into? Your family.
she just kind of coughs. Silver.
Making money.
Mining, would you say?
Yeah, we're miners on my mother's side, I guess.
Quite fascinating. And have you been involved with the family business?
What do you mean by involved? Involved?
You are more of an adventurer by trade than a business person or cavern dweller. I don't know. Managing the business.
No, my stepfather does that mostly.
Interesting. I did not know this about you. Of course, we haven't been able to spend much time. You've been so active since you've arrived in Nurisban.
It's true. It's tough being popular.
Deg, you were satisfied with the delivery of your payment, I trust?
Yes, we received payment. Thank you very much.
Very good. Well, I always like to celebrate a bit after a successful business dealing. This is a bit different than what I'm used to. It's not typical to have a gala of this magnitude planned at the same time, but I was lucky enough to be allowed to bring some guests, so this is fitting, and I'm glad you're happy. I hope that perhaps we can do more business together down the line, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah. Let's get a drink.
I would.
Yes.
At some point, I would say to Alishina, in Ulman, I would say what is attending? What do you? What I don't know. I can't think right.
What does your job entail?
What do you?
Oh, I am here
for
to guide you, to keep an eye on you, to help you through the the formalities of the event. I can certainly point out people to you, whatever you might need. What is it that you desire?
Well,
As she
I
said,
guess-
as she asked that question, you guys continue to walk into the space, and there is a beautiful canopied grove that she guides you towards. There are birds chirping as the sun is going down over the ocean. Colorful gardens. These trees are sort of gnarled in their trunks, but then they have these large picturesque canopies with beautiful multicolored flowers. The air is thick with the perfume of those flowers, and there are small lanterns, almost like luminaria, but they're hanging from the canopy of the trees as you walk across this little bridge. There's a small stream underneath, and you come onto what appears at first glance to be like a little bit of an island inside of a small pond. There is a fountain, not a built up like tiled fountain or anything, but just sort of like a bubbling in the middle of the pond off to the right, as if there's a spring, perhaps a natural spring. And you have entered effectively into what is referred to as the Governor's Grove.
Nice.
Let's see. Roll a perception check for me.
I got a 22.
Wow. Okay.
6.
I was 21.
All right. So,
I'm
Tenoch,
short.
you sort of look about. You don't recognize the species of trees. They're quite beautiful, very fragmented.
Fragmented.
What am I saying?
Fragrant?
Fragrant. There we go.
Fragrant.
They're very fragrant.
It might
Um,
be fragmented later.
Oh boy. No, Byron's
okay.
not here, so chances are you burning the place down is low, but we'll see. You look about Tenoch, and you see small, like capuchin-like monkeys that are kind of jumping around in the trees, and they'll like scare off a small flock of birds, small white birds that fly, and they fly in a flock, and then they land in a different tree. But there appears to be, hey, thanks, Vamp. There appears to be a troop of monkeys that are sort of moving about above, and sometimes coming down to the water and then running back up the trees. So there's a lot of lot of activity.
Wildlife.
There are ferns and palms and beautiful orchids, and it's a very well manicured, definitely, like a manicured garden area, beautiful in nature. And as you walk in, there is a band playing, a small 3-piece band that's playing just some really gentle melodic music that doesn't really offend the ears or inspire, but just sort of in the background as
rock.
you enter into the grove. So you're now in the grove. There is a bar. As you can see up ahead, there's a group of people at the bar. Rhunar, you look about and you see, I can't remember if you've met this guy before or not, but you see a man who is you notice him, he is in full, it's not like his combat armor, but it would be more of like a ceremonial armor. An Ullman of Ullman descent, and he is standing sort of by himself next to the shoreline of the spring. You look about and you see a variety of people that are in small groups in various locations. There is also a man who has and Feyre, you see this as well, a man with a tricorn hat on in sort of full naval regalia, the red petticoat, the like a white scarf ascot, kind of long hair pulled back, a short white gristled beard, and he seems to have a group of people surrounding him. And Fulchman's kind of leans down to you and says, "That right there is the governor." And his wife, and he points over, and she's standing next to him, and she's also of Ullman descent, dark skin. She has her black hair is pulled back in a beautiful sort of like a bun, and it sort of sweeps down onto her shoulders, and there are beads and jewels in her hair that you can see kind of glistening from the gentle but colorful illumination that comes off of the hanging luminaria from the tree branches.
Are you going to introduce us?
Well, let's get to drink first.
Sure.
And then, yes, of course. Who would you... I mean, I can introduce you to the governor. Or...
Well, you know what? I think it might be more fitting for you to introduce me to his wife first. As society dictates.
Well, very well. You apparently know you're very cultured, I can see. Well then let us get drinks. And so he guides you over to the bar where there are drinks aplenty, ale, and there are wines, and it's an open bar, so there's no payment needed. And you're all able to get a drink of whatever variety you're interested in. Unless it's something weird that you want to try to have them make. But they do have wine available and ales.
You guys got that gut punch?
The bartender shakes his head. No, we don't have that here.
We're just
You'd have to go to the Black Anemone for that, and I don't recommend it. It will get you into trouble.
We're aware.
Oh, we've seen it happen before.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know then. Something else I can get you?
I'll grab whatever is small and incredibly ostentatious.
Oh, yeah. There's a small little, like a tiny little shot glass on a stem that has like a sort of a viscous brandy in it. Yep.
I'll have some wine.
Easy enough. You get a wine.
Yeah, I'll have a ale, I guess. Yeah.
Fulch turns to you, Farah, as you're sort of all sipping, and he says, "How would you prefer that I introduce you?"
Oh my goodness. Well, Captain, how badly should we impress these people?
I mean, have at it. I'm not thinking I'm going to impress anybody tonight, but you know.
You can introduce me as Lady Farah Fairfax, please. Of the Fairfaxes.
Lady Fairfax.
Yeah.
Farah Fairfax.
That's the one.
Very good.
Fairfax. Farah Fairfax.
All right. He doesn't
and
even
I'll
ask.
lean
He doesn't
back
even
over
ask.
to you guys, and I'll say, like, you don't have to change anything. I like how I am.
Okay.
As he's walking you towards the governor and this sort of small cohort of people that have gathered around him, you can hear him talking about some sort of naval campaign from long ago, and he's being very ostentatious and, you know, very commanding of attention. And he's got a glass of wine in his hand, and he's sort of swinging it around, and it's sloshing about and spilling. And his wife is just sort of standing there, demure, and she's wearing this beautiful green gown, pretty plain, like not overly fancy, but you can tell as you approach Feyre that it is made of fine silk. It has a golden sort of like neck band that it attaches to, and it's shoulderless, and she looks really pretty. She's got some tattoos around her arms. But yeah, you walk up and she kind of turns and nods to Fulch, and he nods back to her, and you kind of stand the four of you and listen to whatever the governor is talking about at the moment, and people are sort of laughing when they're supposed to laugh, and drinking when they're supposed to drink, and people are very accommodating to him, as you can tell. He commands a lot of power, but eventually his wife kind of steps a little bit away and turns to you, and Fulch reaches out and grabs her hand and says, Madame Milani, Sharn, pleasure to see you, my dear. And she says, Fulch, it's always nice to see you as well. And then she turns, please introduce me to your guests. And he says, well, let me introduce you, milady, to Lady Fairfax. Lady Fairfax, this is Madame Milani Sharn.
Oh, I am so happy to be here with you. And you'll notice
Thank
like
you.
her accent
You-
just changed immediately. And she is no longer using the the southern accent. Your home is so lovely. It rivals the homes
thank
in
you, dear.
Monmouth.
Oh, thank you. You are so sweet. Tell me, the Fairfaxes, I apologize, I am not as well traveled as some. Where do you hail from then?
Oh, yes. Sorry. We are of Baron Fairfax from Monmouth. We mostly deal with silver, steel. We do some exporting and importing.
Oh, many people around here seem to do that type of thing. Are you, is that truthful to your backstory?
Yes,
Or
it's
it is?
totally
Okay.
truthful.
Okay.
But I can do
couldn't
persuasion if you
remember.
want.
No, there's no reason to. That is wonderful. It's a pleasure to meet you. What brings you so far from Monmouth and with such strange companions?
Oh, well, I have to say, I have made the bestest of friends with these people. Let me introduce you to Captain Deg. He is captain of the Good Buddy, and just a wonderful, charming man. Definitely an asset to your port here.
It's very wonderful to meet you, my lady.
Oh, well, thank you. And she holds out her hand to you.
I'll take it and do what everybody else is doing.
Roll a charisma check.
What is that?
I don't know.
Roll a smoochy check.
Smoochy check. I'll try not to too awkwardly.
Mm-hmm.
Not too wet, not too
What is it? A
dry.
charisma?
Yeah,
there it is.
just roll a
Oh.
charisma check for me.
Runar's dump stat. Oh, dirty 20.
Whoa, very
Good
nice.
job, man.
Yeah, so you fighting back maybe some nerves.
Mhm.
You clasp her hand and gently bring it to your lips with a dry, gentle smooch, as would be the custom. You're not completely uncultured. You've been around some folks of higher status than you. Not a lot, but enough to know. But yes, she and then she kind of turns to Tenoch, and in Olman she says, "Welcome to my home. It is good to see another."
Yes, thank you. I will reply also in Alman.
And then she turns back and says, "I see you have made friends with Fulch. I trust that he has taken good care of you in your stay here." And Fulch says, "Oh, well, they have been, let's say, fruitful business partners. Isn't that right, Deg?"
Absolutely.
Mr. Deg here has brought us some very fine silks and liqueurs from the north, and I was able to broker a deal. And well, tonight we are celebrating. Isn't that right? Cheers to new friends and business partnerships, and to a fruitful future for all of us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We have not been introduced to your husband yet. Would you mind terribly to introduce us?
Oh, of course. Yes. And as you sort of look over, the group is sort of kind of breaking up a little bit as the governor is sort of turned aside, and he is talking with another individual. It's actually the man in the armor, the ceremonial armor. He's kind of like off to the side, just having a whisper with him. Did you guys, when you went to the Iron Watch, did you meet Trembath Pierce, or have you only heard of his name?
I think let's see.
Did you talk with him?
Is he the
He's the commandant. I don't think you
the head?
did.
No, we never
I
did.
don't think we did.
Okay. All right. So he appears to be having a conversation with the governor off to the side as the rest of the cohort of people breaks up and move away. And Milani sort of gets her husband's attention and says, "Dear, I want to introduce you to Fulch's friends." And Fulch kind of nods and says, "Governor, good to see you, my friend." And he reaches out his hand and they shake hands. The other man is sort of standing there, and he doesn't seem to be too interested in the conversation, the man in the armor. And he subsequently kind of turns and leaves when he sees an opportunity. The governor turns to you and says, Welcome to the old fort. It's nice to meet you. My name is Tenoch. Dispense with the formalities. We're here to have a good time tonight. Nice to see you. If you're friends of Fulch's, you're friends of mine. Good to meet you. Milady. Lady Fairfax, is it? And he reaches out and gives you the customary kiss on the hand.
My pleasure. Sorry, my pleasure. It just flirting just kind of brings out that southern accent.
Oh, well. It'll be okay. And then he turns to Rhunar and reaches out. Tenoch, pleasure to meet you.
Captain Rhunar Deg.
Ah,
You have a wonderful home. Thanks.
I have
for
heard your
inviting
name,
us.
Deg.
You
Fulch
have.
told me that you had brought some items to port and had intended to stay for a bit. So I hope that your
is
business
true.
dealings were fruitful.
They were very much so. We are celebrating tonight.
You know, Narisbin has grown as a port that is, more consequential than it was before we got here. Isn't that right, Fulch? I don't know if we are en route to some sort of continental influence, but certainly at the crossroads from east to west, we do hold an interesting position, and many goods and come through the port. And well, it's a port like this needs a strong leader, you know. And a business-minded fellow like myself is just what this place needs. Isn't that right, Fulch? And Fulch is like, yes, of course. The prosperity that we have experienced over the past years has certainly been due to your wonderful leadership in the business dealings of this port. And the governor sort of, you get the sense that Fulch is sort of like feeding into his ego a little bit. No, well, you're a curious little one, aren't you? My name is Tenoch. Good to meet you. And he reaches out his hand to you, Tenoch.
I'll shake it.
From the Amadio, am I right?
Roundabout, yes.
I have spent some time myself. I wouldn't even dare to guess from where you might be from. It is such a vast vast place, but it is good to see you. Welcome to our port, and certainly if there's anything that myself or Fulch can do to help you out, keep us posted. Now,
Thank
I
you.
need another drink. Oh my, Melania,
Oh, my.
would you join me for a drink? Yes, of course. And they're getting kind of ready to sort of break off from the three of you. You know, giving sort of the sense that he's done his customary like hello, welcome. You know, I'm not like gonna get into it with you guys, but really nice to see ya kind of vibe. And so he
Okay.
kind of puts his arm out, and then she says, "It's wonderful to meet you, Lady Fairfax, and gentlemen. I hope you have a good time. Eat as much as you'd like, drink as much as you'd like, enjoy yourselves in the garden, the patio. If you'd like to, spend some time, well, just enjoy yourself."
Say now, I know you love a good deal, and as luck would have it, so do I. In fact, we had a friend that I believe had brokered a deal before, and we just wanted to, follow up on it as he could not come himself.
I'm
Captain-
sorry. Are you talking to me?
Yeah,
He
yes.
he was like talking to his wife off to the side while you were kind of saying all that, and Fulch is like kind of looking at you expectantly. All of my business dealings go through Fulch here, so if you would
of
care
course.
to
Okay.
talk with him, that might be appropriate.
Can I do an insight check that if that's true or if he's blowing us off?
He's blowing you off.
Damn it. I mean, you don't remember Albrecht Dralian?
As he's kind of like going to gather his, he's put his arm out. His wife has threaded her arm through his, and he's sort of like talked to Fulch. And as he's starting to take a step, he turns and he says, "Dralian, you say? I haven't heard that name in some time. What is your connection to Dralian, Miss Fairfax?"
Oh, I would say we are we are business partners.
Business partners, yes.
Interesting. I was informed that Dralian had died.
Right.
Is
And
this
now
true?
his business is our business. You know how it goes when you have
Yes.
business partners.
Yes, regrettably, Albrecht did pass away. Before he passed away, he did, I guess you could say, enter into a partnership with us and, a few other people. And,
Business partnership.
mhm.
Very good.
And we came south to potentially, further develop that on his behalf.
Well,
in
the
his
West
memory.
Wind Trading Company, of course, as his partners. Roll a deception check for me.
Can
Which
Feyre
one of
roll
us?
that?
Nope, that would be Rhunar.
Oh no.
Okay. Deception.
While he's rolling, hey Vamp,
I'm going to
if
use
you're-
my advantage.
Hey
Okay.
Vamp, if you're still there, where did you want those bits to go to?
Go ahead and roll.
Okay, here we go. Deception.
Since Vamp dipped 400.
Natural
bits.
20.
What?
Womp,
Very nice.
Womp, womp.
Very nice. Okay.
Nice.
I don't have my dice, but I'll just do a few kapows. There we go.
Absolutely. That is kapow worthy. Yeah, so he's like, your of course, understand the Westwind Trading Company had entered into a deal. I'm sure Dralian had filled you in on that, but strangely was unable to come through with the rest of the, well, should I say, information needed. I was under the impression that that deal had gone cold. I had not heard from Dralian for quite some time, and then I heard that he was dead.
Well, we are very receptive and not at all dead.
I'm very interested to hear. This is unexpected. What is it that you're looking for specifically?
That's a good question. Hold on one second.
I will hold for. Roll a d4 for me.
Oh,
Chad,
no,
roll a d4.
we're starting a timer.
As I frantically page through my
2.
At least you've read it.
So that I will. He is waiting for 2 sips. That's 1.
we
That's good.
we see a lot of potential for goods from this area.
From the kingdom, from Kewland.
In the north, yes, for goods of the south, in and around Nerisban, and of course the Amadio.
Yes, our
in the markets of
fruits,
Gradzuel.
our textiles, some of the elixirs that we produce right here in Nerisben could easily be
Exotic
sold at a
herbs,
price in
spices, fruit,
to the north.
strange
Yes,
creatures, all of that. We're interested.
so you're looking to do business here. I like your style, Deg. All of my business, as I mentioned, is run through Fulch. So if you are interested in purchasing supplies, he could broker that deal. Of course, we do extract a fee for that sort of service, but it is doable, Deg. If you have money to purchase cargo, we can make this happen. Fulch,
Absolutely.
could you take care of these people? Obviously, they are business people with acumen and motivation. Ha, I like it. I think we can broker something.
I actually, wanted to go over some of those fine detail points to your agreement with Albrecht. Would you mind, going over those with me exactly? And she just kind of leans into it, like she knows something that she.
He kind of looks at
doesn't
you.
know.
He looks at you sort of skeptically and says, "Oh, it's been such a long time since I've even thought of the man. It would be difficult to recall. I suggest you talk with Fulch. He may be the best source. If there's business to be done, he will be able to take care of it." I will just say this. I'm sorry for your loss. Dralian was a shrewd and honorable businessman that I had hoped we could build a relationship. He had a broad vision for what could be done. Perhaps you share that vision. He was a good man, from what I could tell. I never met him, but his motivation preceded him. It is a sad loss for Kierland.
Indeed.
To Dralian.
To Dralian. Did he ever mention...
He's like trying to get away.
I know. Did he ever mention a city to you? A particular hard to map city?
I don't know what you mean. Could you be more specific, perhaps? And he's kind now you get the sense that he's kind of looking. There's like people and
He's trying
his
to get away
wife.
from me.
Even Milani is getting uncomfortable,
All right.
and he's getting ready to sort of try to extract himself from the conversation. You don't get the sense that it's because he is necessarily hiding something, but he doesn't really know what you're getting at.
Okay. Never mind. I'm sure that Fulci can take over for you.
Fulci.
Well, pleasure to meet all of you, and I look forward to a possibly fruitful business venture. If you are indeed, as you say, representing the West Wind Trading Company, well, there is much that we can accomplish here, you and I, Deg.
Mm-hmm.
I must attend to the rest of my guests. My dear, would you join me, please? And she says, of course. Pleasure to meet you, Lady Fairfax, Mr. Deg, and I didn't catch your name.
Tenoch.
Nice to meet you, Tenoch. Be well, enjoy yourselves. And they both kind of walk off into the party, and they link up with another group of people. Farah, you see a flash of color as a very colorful bird flies past, kind of hovers, or not hovers, but flies low over the party and lands on a table near the bar. Just sort of nonchalant. It's a parrot. Other than that, you see a variety of people milling about.
Mm-hmm.
There are different groups. There is a group that seems to be sort of taking an audience around this tall, elegantly dressed woman who seems to be kind of holding court, if you will. There is a somewhat flamboyantly gesticulating elven man who is having a conversation with a small group of people. And as you are kind of looking about, you see a small gnomish man, very young in appearance, wavy hair. He's wearing this sort of bluish shirt that has like this white fringed collar and sort of like these, it has sleeves, but it has like this almost an effect like it's a vest over sleeves. And he has this very odd looking mustache that's very long and twisted, hipster style. But it almost doesn't even look like it fits his face because he's so young looking. And he's obviously a gnome. And you watch as he sort of like, he's with one group, and he looks over and darts towards the governor and his wife as they're walking away, and he sort of links up with them, and you can see he's like talking to the governor, and the governor's like shaking his head, and he's sort of like very animated as he's talking to the governor. What would you guys like to do?
Alashino, who's that fellow? Pointing to the gnome.
That is Master Loquid. He is a perfumier out of the market district. He has perfected a variety of very unique scents, utilizing, from what I understand, compounds derived from the Amadio jungle. He is ambitious, you could say.
Mustache like that guy would have to be.
Yes, it is quite ostentatious, is it not?
And who is the woman with all the people around her?
That is Slirius. She is a counselor, and provides, advice to business people within Norisban. I do not know much about her, but she is well respected. I could introduce you to these people if you would like. Whatever you need.
And the elvish man?
Rashlin. Yes, he is quite a entertaining fellow. A bit of an actor, I believe, but well liked by the governor and his wife. He is, he's here with that woman. And she points over to this beautiful red-haired woman, piercing green eyes. She is wearing a sleeveless gown that is blue with gold filigree around it, and then she has a sort of this blue. It's almost kind of like a necklace collar, but it matches the dress. And as she kind of turns, you can see that it connects in the back to the rest of the dress. Just really beautiful gown. Everybody here is dressed to the nines. You get the sense that these are all very wealthy people. As you look about, she's kind of off by herself, drinking, and kind of paying attention to Rashlin, but also sort of looking about she's not off by herself, but she's sort of mentally, she's just kind of looking about the space, as if she's trying to find somebody to talk to.
And what's her name?
That is Miss Lovage.
Lovage.
Yes. Eleanor Lovage.
Oh, goodness.
McLovage.
McLovin.
Sounds like a
Dare
fake
you.
name. Anyway. Well, Deg, what do you think we should do?
I guess we could schmooze a little.
I suppose, like, I was kind of expecting to get more information about Dralian.
Yeah, he in his journal he did write that the trade with Nerisban was going to be a little bit of a cover for his I'm just saying this under like kind of hushed.
Not where Fulchmans can hear you.
Not in front of what was her name? Elishina.
Yep.
It was a little bit of a cover for his true mission of exploring the Amadio. So this Master Lokier might know a little bit about where we want to get to. I didn't catch the name of the woman that was like the business counselor.
Slirius?
Yep. Slirius. Just Slirius, like Sliris.
Like, are you Slirius?
Are you Slirius?
It's ridiculous.
That was a
Why
woman,
so
right?
Slirius?
Right.
And
So yeah, I don't know.
let me show you some of these people. So
An interesting group.
here's Slirius.
Oh, she's definitely a cultist.
Yeah,
let's
Dave,
see,
can I take a look around, or is
Here's
anybody?
the governor.
Are we getting any?
Here's the governor's
that's
wife.
Fucking rad. That's a rad picture.
This is the best
Governor,
picture.
Serious.
And I'm not showing this on stream because we don't own the art, but I'm just using it for the players.
Nice.
That's Loquid.
Liquid.
Yep. And then
That's what I meant.
there's Eleanor. So that's and there's a bunch of other people. So you've also seen this guy. This is what did I say his name was? That is Rashlin, the elf.
Rashlin.
Yep. And
I
this
mean-
is the armored man that you saw.
He's still at the party.
Yep. You can see he's off to the side talking with some of the guards. You see that there's, let's see, Rhunar, why don't you roll a perception check for me?
That's what I was looking. Anybody like paying some undue attention to us, maybe? Oops.
Sure.
A little bit more than normal, I guess you could say. Ooh, 24.
Yeah, you catch the guy who's armored speaking with some of the other formal guards that have been positioned throughout the courtyard. And you do catch them looking at the three of you in sort of, you don't know, if that's strange or what that might be, but they're definitely clocking the group.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize anybody who's here?
Roll another perception check. And as you look around Rhunar and Feyre and Tenoch, you see that there is, in addition to this grove area, which is quite large, and there are people scattered about. There's probably like 60 people here, so it's not a small gathering. It's quite large, as you look about. But there's also a tiled patio towards the house, which is this amazingly architectured building, a combination of beautiful woods and almost like a plaster on the exterior, whitewashed walls, well kept, certainly. But there's a patio, and there are people up on the patio having conversations as well. And then you can kind of see people kind of coming and going into and out of the house itself. So you get the sense that there's some sort of an element inside the place as well. What did you roll, Feyre, for your perception check?
16.
So you're looking to see if you recognize anybody. Is that what you said?
Right. Yeah.
Let's see.
Just to be safe.
At this point, you don't get the sense that you recognize anybody. However, I'll say this. You hear a voice just for a second from the patio that kind of sounds familiar, but you can't place it. And at the same time, you see that bird that parrot that was perched on a table kind of flies up and flies past over the top of you, your group, and flies up to the patio as well and kind of disappears.
You don't think that was a familiar, do you?
I don't know if I could spot one.
Mm.
What do you think, Tenoch? Arch.
There are ways to find out, but they are obvious.
Yeah, I see the captain of the guard over there kind of keeping his eye on us. I think I might introduce myself.
How do you think he lost that eye?
I don't know.
A deep love of cats.
Big ones.
My dear, and this is Fulchman's, if you could excuse me for a minute, I have a couple of guests that I need to speak with. I will be back momentarily. Make yourselves at home. I will find you, my dear. And he reaches out and kisses your hand, and then he kind of shuffles off up to the patio.
I think I will roam around.
Okay. Where would you like to roam to, and what is your intent?
Just kind of just making the rounds. My big goal is to attempt to either over here, preferably over here, not interact with. But if I had to interact with, find out about people who have initials that may or may not equal G and T.
Gin and tonic.
Yeah,
Perhaps?
yeah.
Gin and
I'm
tonic.
looking for some
G
gin
and
and
Ts.
tonics.
Okay.
You know, somebody, I have another theory, but that seems like a weird theory, but maybe
Okay.
not so weird. But that's what, yeah, and if I have to, end up talking to some people, I talk to some people. If I just kind of wander around drinking and finding snacks and
I mean, there's plenty of people
whatnot.
that you could
Yeah.
stop and engage with, so it's totally up to you. But go ahead and roll a perception check. Rhunar, you're gonna go over and approach the armored fellow.
Yeah.
Okay. And Farah, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go talk to that cranky, beautiful redhead in the corner.
Okay.
Nice. I used one of my advantages
Okay.
provided by Vamp
Thanks,
or Darth,
Vamp.
I guess.
Were those ones from Vamp? One for each of us,
Yep. And
Okay.
yeah, everybody got one from Vamp as well.
including Dave, right?
Yep. Yeah, one for each of us.
Okay.
So that's a 19
Vamp.
on my perception roll.
Okay. Did that include Byron getting one as well, or no?
Nope.
Okay.
He's not here.
Right. So
You snooze, you lose. Or in this case, you go mad, you lose.
Yeah. Get confined to quarters.
all right. So all right. Let's see. It's 10 o'clock. So what I'm gonna say is this. Farah, you make your way towards the redhead, and as you approach, she kind of looks up from her drink and sees you and gives you sort of like a courteous smile, not necessarily excited to see you or disappointed to see you, but just sort of like whatever. And you approach her, and we'll pause that interaction and come back to it. Tenoch, what did you roll for your
A 19.
a 19? Okay, and
Yeah.
you're specifically trying to overhear things?
Yeah, like if I overhear somebody say something to somebody and use
Mm-hmm.
like a first name and it is starting with the letter G, or perhaps it sounds like it is starting with a letter G and it might actually be with a J, as it sometimes happens, just to be on the safe side. A wide spectrum search.
All right. Yeah, so you rolled a 19, right? So
I
with with that roll, I will say that yes, you do pick up on a number of names that start with the letter G as people are talking amongst themselves. There's Gertrude, there is Gordagar, there is Gretchen, and Ginny. Those are 4 G related names that you pick up on, and you kind of cast about and try to maybe think about figuring out who belongs to those names, perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll pause that investigation piece and come back to that when we come back next week. We'll have you roll an investigation check. So just remember that. And Rhunar, you start to walk towards this armored man who appears to be in charge of something. He is having conversations, as I said, with other guards, and they had sort of been clocking you, and you're crossing the courtyard, perhaps walking past the bar where you just kind of reach out and grab another drink off
It's under
the bar.
it's like one of those things where you step away from the party to light up a pipe or a cigarette, get your
Sure.
distance a little bit,
Okay.
That's kind of the vibe I'm giving it.
All right. So do you stop and kind of off to the side light up a pipe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like on the
And
way over to him.
on the way over there, you stop and light up a pipe. And as you're getting it going, with your Bic light. I don't know why I'm doing this. A Bic lighter. Those don't exist here. But you
Flint.
get the pipe
I don't
going.
know.
Yeah.
Maybe they have little.
They have
you
little
know,
lighting sticks all over the place
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't smoke.
yeah, it's bad for you.
It's bad for your lungs and stuff like that. You know that already. And as you kind of stop and you get the pipe going, you feel this kind of like a firm kind of smack on your back, you know, like a pat, but like strong.
Mhm.
And you hear this voice, a familiar voice to you. Ho, 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 Rhunar Deg? In the Risbon? Are you serious? What are the odds of this? It's good to see you, my friend.
I turn around and who is it?
You know him right away. It's only been, I mean, how long do you think it's been since
Since Monmouth?
Saltmarsh? This is back to Saltmarsh.
Since
Yeah.
Saltmarsh.
Who is
It's been
it?
a few months. It's been
it's
I would say
months.
6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, six to
Okay.
8 months. And you look and you see this tanned skin man,
Versus 2 months.
very well dressed, very much more well dressed than you saw him before. His black hair pulled into a ponytail, but his sleeves rolled up and his kind of forearms are thick and he's well built. He's got this beautiful mustache. And he says, Rhunar Deg, it's your old friend Tarn Turborn. Yes, the champion of Saltmarsh. My God,
Tarn.
good to see you, my
Oh.
friend. And he reaches out and gives you a
Yeah.
big hug. And I think we'll end there. We'll come back to jump back into that piece next week.
Did I see that?
Well, you heard
was
a
I
voice
busy?
earlier. You haven't seen that because you're sort of walking in the opposite
Okay.
direction. Yep.
All right.
But yeah, we'll come back to that point next week. I think that's a good spot to stop.
All right.
All right, so let's do this. Let's give away some things, guys.
Let's
If you want to
do
get in
it.
on the action here, > drawing to be entered to win this thing. Let me bring this over here. Display. Bloop. The Troubled Veil. You guys, this thing is sweet. Check it out. 23-page PDF.
that's nice.
Amazing artwork. A full location that you can drop into your campaign, or you could use it as a one-shot. I've been sort of talking about it as like a great way to start DMing because there's so much info. They give you everything that you need. Detailed encounters, stat blocks, magic items, custom artwork. You know these guys, tons of battle maps because that's what they do. A regional map. This is CZRPG. These are our long-term campaign sponsors. Christian and his team have been supporting us for a long time. We hope that you will, in turn, support their stuff. They have an amazing library on the DMs Guild, and their Patreon is sick. He partnered with Mimic Maps for the Patreon, so they're each month you're getting multiple maps, really nicely laid out adventures that go with them. Really good stuff. So if you're a Patreon person, you might want to check that out.
And everything.
Yep, absolutely. And then we're also giving away oh man, this stuff is so good. I've been using it myself. This is the Old Goat Beard Company beard oil. So last month we were giving away the beard balm. This month we're giving away the beard oil, and I think next month we'll do the beard wash. So they have a bunch of stuff. They make it literally like in their kitchen. This is small batch, handcrafted. Like this is the epitome of what's the word I'm looking for? Exactly. So
Good
if you want to
stuff.
win, drawing, we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive right into it. The
epitome
only
of
caveat
being-
I will say that I think I'm trying to remember who won the beard oil last week. I think it was Cardman.
Cardman. Who is saying that it is really good.
Yeah, if we pull you, Cardman, you are gonna win the because I see you're in here. If we pull you, you're gonna win the adventure because we want to spread the love on the beard oil, if you know what I mean. So let's go ahead and draw our first winner. Ashley, if you wouldn't mind doing the honors.
Absolutely. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Of
Cardman.
course, Cardman.
All right, so Cardman, you're gonna get the troubled veil. All right, are you
How
with
did
us?
you know?
How does
I
that
don't know.
happen?
I
You
don't
win
know.
every week.
Cardman's here all the
Cardman's one
time.
more.
That's
Darth,
that's the benefits of being here and hanging out is that you win
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so let's
Darth,
go
if you
ahead
could-
and jump into the next
Spread
one.
that oil.
Darth,
I'll
if
do
you
this
could
one.
go out and watch all our episodes again and make a spreadsheet of who won. How many times?
I don't think you want to do that. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know how it works. Vamp Wickman. Vamp, are you here? Vamp, if you're here, you have a great beard, by the way, Vamp. Big shout out to Vamp for playing in last weekend's Viking Death Squad game. Vamp was fucking awesome.
Gas tank Frank.
So good. So good. Vamp, we love you. And so Vamp is going to, you're getting the beard oil. You guys are awesome. Thank you so
Vamp is
much.
here.
We're going to, don't forget, tomorrow we are going to be playing Kids on Brooms. Chad's going to be bringing us back into that crazy fun world. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and raid. I don't know, who should we raid? God, everybody kind of quits when we get in there. It seems like they're kind of on the same schedule that we're on. You know what? Let's go Troll Lord Games, and we're just going to punt. We've never raided them before, but let's do it. When we get in there, hit them up with the the emotes and all that jazz. Tell them hello and that we love them and they're doing good stuff. It looks like they're playing some D&D. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I'm gonna bop it over to the end screen. We love you, we appreciate you, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.